Hello friends, how you doing? Day 1269, hope you're doing amazing. Whew, had a nice day at the farmer's market today out in New West with my friend Christine. It turned out to be very sunny, it was great. But tonight I want to come in and just talk to you about an interesting proposition. I'm sure many of you have heard it before, but I'm going to read it again. So it's from the book called The One Thing, but I'm sure it's in other books as well. But essentially, it asks if you go back in time and talk to your 18-year young self, or leap forward and visit with your 80-year-old self, which one would you choose? And for me, that is an interesting one because, if you think about it, if you go back, talk to your 18-year-old self, well, hopefully you can give some tips, some guidance, some direction on how to actually create a better life for you in the future. But at the same time, if you leap forward, asking people who've lived 80 years how to live a more fulfilling and successful life, I'm sure they would be able to give you a lot of wisdom on how to be able to do that. So, which one would you choose? Punch it in the comment section. Or if you're watching this on replay, pause and punch it in. For me, obviously it'd be nice to be able to do both, but I think for me, it would be the latter. I would probably choose to leap forward and talk to my 80-year-old self. And why is that? Because I've learned along the way, there's many things that I learned through theory, whether it be from movies, from podcasts, from books, right? But until you live the experience or the lessons, you don't really know, you don't really understand. And so learning from someone, from my 80-year-old self, I think would give me a lot more clarity on how to live life to the best. And so, life is not a dress rehearsal. There are no do-overs. You just go and you learn along the way. And the thing is, I am wherever I'm at because of the choices I made. And you know what? I made a lot of mistakes. Man, oh man, I made a lot of mistakes, especially when I was younger. Just being fearful of certain things, not taking risks, playing it safe. And I'll tell you right now, those times have always made me think, what if? Anybody else guilty of that? And so for me, as a general rule, I was looking to opportunities. I was looking to open to conversations about different things. Why? Because I find those are the most beautiful opportunities in the world. It doesn't mean I have to take any opportunities, but why not take a listen and take a look? And in general, I like to say yes whenever possible, whenever I can, especially if I see an opportunity for growth. And so, as you're going through life, as you take risks, as things come up, do you take it as an opportunity to grow and learn and to reflect, self-reflect? That is so key in moving forward in your life. If you continue to just make mistakes and stick your head in the sand and don't reflect and actually learn and grow through it, then I don't know what to tell you. Like, come on now. But I get it. Sometimes we don't want to look at ourselves in the mirror. You might not want to take accountability or responsibility. It's not easy. I get that. But one thing that I'm learning more and more is having a goal of living life with no regrets. Meaning, did I do the best that I could with what I knew, with where I was at that time? And at the same time, understand that I'm still going to make mistakes over and over again, and to have enough grace and forgiveness for myself to say that, hey, oops, something to learn there. Because that's what life is. It's just a bunch of learning lessons. And so, in the book itself, actually, it talks about the number one regret of older people. People on their deathbed, basically. And you know what that number one regret was? Or is? It's the most common one. I had it. Hold on. Oh, okay. I think I know what it is. It's living a life. It's not the regret is not living a life true to themselves. Because so many times, so many of the older people, they talked about living life in a way that they thought they were supposed to. And so that's my challenge to you, my friends. Are you living life that's true to yourself? To your vision, your purpose, your calling, your values? Or are you living a life that was kind of dictated by somebody else? Whether it be society, maybe your parents, maybe your spouse, maybe a loved one, maybe a movie, who knows? Society, the messaging, media, who knows? Or are you living a life based on your values? What's important to you? Because how many times do I see people go into a job? Why? Pays the bills. That's it. There's no fulfillment. There's no purpose. There's no passion, no energy. And it is a grind. And again, there's nothing wrong with grinding. We all need to learn how to grind, grit, work hard, you know. That's all a good thing. But if you're doing something that actually is not necessarily supposed to be a part of your purpose, then why are you there? Is it because you were told you were supposed to? Did someone just give you an opportunity? You're like, okay, well, I need to make money, so fine. And again, it doesn't mean it's necessarily a bad thing. It could actually lead you to many wonderful things in the future if you're developing skills along the way. Whether it be hard skills, like a certain trade or whatever, or soft skills, like communication or leadership or listening. Because how do you move forward? It's picking up skills along the way, learning about yourself, and being willing to self-reflect and go there. I know it's not easy. Believe me, I know it's not easy. It has been the toughest journey I have been on. One of the toughest, I'll say that. And I've spent many hours in here trying to figure out who am I. And the thing is, hold on one sec. Yes. So I saw this quote from John Maxwell. It says, your decisions in life make you, but crises reveal you. And so you can learn and learn all you want, but you won't really know where you're at or what you've actually developed in terms of skills until something happens in your life. And so when crisis happens, then the real you gets revealed. And then, once you actually know where you're at, hopefully you can say, oh, okay, that's where I'm at. I need to work on this area, or hey, actually, I made it pretty far in this area, right? If it warrants a pat on the back, pat yourself on the back, my friends. Come on. There's nothing wrong with that. And so, obviously this is a little deeper, but, I think it's important. I think it's important to ask the hard questions. I think it's important to be willing to face yourself in the mirror and self-reflect and get to know yourself. That's how you move forward. And if you move forward, it moves society forward. But most importantly, are you living a life that's true to who you are? That is the ultimate question that I have to ask you on this live video. Because if you're not, then what are you doing with your life? When you spend another 5 years, 10 years, 20 years doing what you're doing with no direction, with no purpose, with no passion, direction, connection, that's up to you. And I'm not here to try to make you feel bad or what have you, or change. You don't have to change anything. My hope is that you just think on these things and be true to yourself. Like, seriously, at the end of the day, when you die on your deathbed, you will be thinking about these things. What was my life about? Was I true to myself? Did I go for my dreams? Did I go for what I believe was right, that I really wanted? I know those are questions I've asked myself. Because there's still many things I want in my heart. And I'm still going for it. I'm still trying to stay open to the things that I really want. And I think sometimes we are afraid to be hopeful because we failed so many times and we haven't hit certain dreams, certain goals. And then we say, oh, that hurts so much. And I failed and I suck. What's the use? I've tried so many times, I've failed every time. What's the use? I get it. It hurts, yes. Whether it be, let's say, a business or a dream or a relationship or a partner, whatever that is. I get it. Heartbreak hurts. Being disappointed hurts. Failing hurts. But use those failures to build you so that you can actually prepare to be successful in the future of actually obtaining those goals. Again, faith and fear. Only one can live in your body at one time. Are you choosing to be faithful and maintain hope? Or are you choosing to have fear overtake your body and mind and keep you holed up in your little bunker? Anyways, I think that's all I have to share for you with you, my friends. But again, are you being true to yourself? Okay? I love you all. I'll see you tomorrow. Ciao.